Welcome to another biology presentation. So in this presentation we are answering question 3. So this is a question that came in biology paper 2 for 2024 for internal candidates. So the question reads, figure 3 shows the reproductive structures of a flowering plant. So this is the reproductive structure of the flowering plant. So we have the part labeled P and Q. So here is our question A. Identify the parts labeled P and Q in figure 3. So what is the name of this part labeled Q and the part labeled P? So the part labeled P right here, this part, these are the anthers, okay? These are the anthers, and the part labeled Q right here, this part, this is a what? A leaf. Okay, so here you can say part P, these are the anthers, and part Q, this is the leaf. Okay, then we have answered our question A. Let us now move on to our next question. Question B1. What method of pollination takes place in the plant in figure 3? So when we look at this plant, what method of pollination takes place? Okay, what method of pollination takes place? So we need to understand what pollination is. Okay, so first of all, we understand that pollination is just the transfer of pollen grains from the anthers to the stigma, meaning that from the male parts of the flower to the female parts of the flower. So the method of pollination that takes place in this figure right here is what we call windy pollination. Okay, so here we can write our answer to say this is the wind pollination. I hope this is clear. So we have answered our question B1. Let us now move on to our question B2 right here. Give two reasons based on the structure of the plant in figure 3 for the method of pollination identified in B1 above. So why have we said this figure goes or undergo wind pollination? So we need to look at the structure, then we give two reasons based on the structure of this plant in this figure 3 for the method of pollination that we have identified on B1. We have said this undergoes windy pollination. So why have we said that? So we must know that when it comes to wind pollinated flowers, most of them, they do not have the petals. Okay, they do not have the petals, and they have dull colored, okay, structures. I hope this is clear. So one of the reasons is that the flowers are not brightly colored. When you look at these flowers, they are not brightly colored, and they have no petals. That's the reason number one. Then apart from that, another reason that we can give, when you look at this structure, we can see that the stigma have silk stigma. Okay, so we can give these two reasons. So the first reason we have said, number one, flowers are not brightly colored. Okay, this is reason number one. Reason number two, we can say we have seen that we have silk stigma, which is able to attract, okay, the wind there. So these are some of the reasons. Flowers are not brightly colored, and two, we have silk stigma. So we have answered our question B2. Let us now move on to our question B3 right here. Explain how such a plant can prevent pollinating itself. Okay, so how can such a plant prevent pollinating itself? So now for self-pollination to be prevented, okay, it must be prevented in such a way that this plant is having the male and the female parts that can mature at different times. That's how self-pollination can be prevented. So here we are saying, we can say having the male and female, having the male and the female parts mature at different times. Okay, so this is our answer. Having the male and female parts mature at different times. That is how self-pollination can be prevented. Okay, so we have answered our question B. We now come to our question C1 right here. So our question C1 reads, state the method by which seeds or fruits are dispersed by the plant in figure 3. So when you look at this figure, okay, we need to come up with the method of seed dispersal, the method by which the seeds or the fruits are going to be dispersed in this figure 3 right here. So when you look at this figure, okay, this can only be dispersed through what? Wind dispersal. So we can write here our answer. We have said this can be dispersed through wind dispersal. Okay, so we have answered this question. Let us now move on to our question C2, which is our last question. Give a reason for your answer in C1. So here, when we look at this structure right here, when you look at this structure, you find that the seeds that this structure or this figure has, the seeds are small and they are also light, meaning that they are not heavy. So because they are small and they are not light, they can be dispersed by the wind, okay, because they are not heavy and they are small. Apart from that, this also has got, they have feathery or they have wind-like structures that can help them to be able to be carried by the what? By the wind. So that can be the reason. So our reason, we can say the seeds are small, light. Alright, so this is our final answer. The seeds are small, light, and may have feathery or wing-like structures that help them to be carried by wind. So we have come to the end of our short presentation. So thank you so much, everybody. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, also to follow me on my Facebook page, and to follow me also on my TikTok channel under the same name, Mr. Mlenga. If you need online tuitions in biology and mathematics, you can WhatsApp me on 0963 6766 15. 0963 6766 15. Bye bye.